Chapter 1. I'm never riding again. It's what I said every time I got on a horse, but I meant it this time. We'd been traveling for a mind-numbing 6 hours now, and my backside was so sore I winced every time we went over a branch or a stone in the pathway. It didn't help that I moved like a sack of potatoes in the saddle, as Loki had so helpfully pointed out. I was pretty sure my entire body was one giant bruise. It had been 2 days so far. 2 days of constant riding, barely breaking to set up camp at night. No more than a few hours of sleep and up again as soon as the sun began its slow climb out of the snowy peaks. It was the unspoken worry that drove us onward. The Queen had to know we'd left the camp spot by now. She must have sent guards and discovered we've moved on. I tried to imagine her rage when she realized I'd escaped her, and I couldn't suppress a shudder. From the horse beside me, Charlotte gave me a sympathetic nod and pulled her cloak more tightly around her shoulders. She thought I was cold. I felt too sorry for her to tell her otherwise. She was bundled up so warmly I could barely see her freckled face, yet she was still shivering. And here I hadn't even noticed that the temperature had dropped. Or my backside, actually, though that had nothing to do with the cold. Eric leaned back to shout something down the long line of rebel soldiers. His voice was swept away on the freezing wind, but I thought I knew what he meant. We were nearing the safe house everyone kept talking about, the one that was apparently impossible to find unless you knew where to look, the one that was protected by a witch. I tightened my grip on the reins, both nervous and excited to meet the woman everyone kept talking about, but mostly excited to get there and sleep in an actual bed. It felt like I hadn't slept properly in ages. The trail began to gradually get steeper, winding up and between some of the lower mountains, and from the front of the line there was a relieved shout that echoed off the rocks around us. When our destination came into view, it almost seemed like an illusion, too good to be true.